In this video, I'm going to be going over an op-amp circuit analysis problem. Now, circuit analysis with an op-amp is pretty straightforward, especially when it is an ideal op-amp. And what that means is we have two assumptions. The first is that there's no current going into our op-amp at the input, so IN minus and IN plus are both going to be equal to 0. And the second is that V minus and V plus are going to be the same. After that, all the normal circuit analysis rules apply. So let's begin labeling our circuit. Now I'm going to start with my component currents. So let's call this I1. And I can call this I1 for all three of these components because the first two are in series. And the last one over here, even though it's connected to my op-amp, I don't have any current going into my op-amp. So that I1 current has to keep going through my 4 ohm resistor over here. So a very similar thing happens with this current. So let's call this I2. And again, no current is going into my op-amp, so I2 has to continue through that 3 ohm resistor. We can label this one over here I3. And we have to label a current here as well. Let's call this one I4. So even though there's no current going into the input of my op-amp, there's still a current at the output of my op-amp. So this takes care of labeling our component currents. So now we have to label our node voltages. So let's call this one V1. We'll call this one V2. And because I called this V2, this is on the positive side of my op-amp. The negative side of my op-amp has to be V2 as well. And we can call this one over here V3. So now we've labeled all of our component currents and all of our node voltages. And we can move on to writing our KCL. So the KCL that we have to do is going to be right here. So let's write KCL at V3 is going to be the currents coming in being equal to the currents coming out. So we see I2 and I4 are both pointing towards V3, so we're going to write I2 plus I4 is equal to the current that's pointing away, and that's going to be I3. So now we can go ahead and write the equations for our components. And let's begin with our 2-volt source. So the equation for a voltage source is always going to be the potential across it is equal to the positive node minus the negative node. So that's going to be V1 minus 0. And now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 resistors we have to write equations for. And these are all going to be Ohm's law equations. Beginning with the first 4 ohm resistor, we can write that I1 is equal to V1 minus V2 divided by 4. Our next 4 ohm resistor is going to be I1 is equal to V2 minus 0 divided by 4. Now we can do the 1 ohm resistor, and that's going to be I2 is equal to 0 minus V2 divided by 1. And the 3 ohm resistor will be I2 is equal to V2 minus V3 divided by 3. And our last resistor is going to be that I3 is equal to V3 minus 0 divided by 2. So at this point, we have a solvable system of equations. So if you want to stop here and put this into a calculator, at this point you would be done. However, I'm going to go ahead and solve this one by hand. So to do that, what I'm going to do is we know that 2 is equal to V1, and we have two I1 expressions over here. So I can equate those together and plug in my value of V1. And what that is going to look like is 2 minus V2 divided by 4 is equal to V2 divided by 4. Now solving this, we get that V2 is equal to 1 volt. So now we can do the same thing for I2. And we have a value of V2 that we can plug in. So we can write that negative 1 is equal to 1 minus V3 divided by 3. And solving this, we get that V3 is equal to 4 volts. So now we can begin solving for our currents. And we can begin with I1 because we know the value of V2. So that's going to be that I1 is equal to V2 is 1, so it's going to be 1 over 4 amps. So now we can move on to I2, And we know I2 is going to be negative V2 divided by 1, and V2 is equal to 1 volt, so that gives us that I2 is equal to negative 1 amp. And for I3, we have that it's going to be V3 divided by 2. So I3 is going to be 4 divided by 2, and that is going to be 2 amps. Now, we don't have an Ohm's law equation for I4, but we do have a KCL equation that relates I4 to the other currents. So we can use that. So we know that I4 is going to be equal to moving the I2 over, I3 minus I2. Now, if we plug in the values for I3 and I2, we get that I4 is equal to 2 minus 1, and that is going to give us 3 amps. At this point, we now have all the voltage and current values within our circuit, and we've completed the problem.